Sometimes, just off of Route 66, you find some of the strangest junk. Grand Canyon Line boxcar? An old ambulance. Somebody could have turned that into a Vanlife van. Welcome back to Dash for Adventure. We just left out of Santa Rosa, New Mexico, and we're headed to a special museum today. One of the things that always piques our interest when we're out west is the Old West history. And today we're going to treat you with a little tour of a museum with information about Billy the Kid. Some think he was just a fictional character from the old dime storybooks in the past, but we'll see what we can find out. Stick around. It rained last night in Santa Rosa, New Mexico, and now if you look off in the distance, you can see some rain way out there, but...
It's raining in Roswell, New Mexico.
Is that Roswell?
Yes. Yes.
How many miles away is Roswell from here?
I can tell just...
It could be 60 or 70 miles away from us from where we're at. Paula just looked it up. It's 93 miles to Roswell from where we're at, and you can see the rain over there. Wow. I just realized, what if that's not rain over there in Roswell? It could be the mothership coming down, disguising itself. This is the town of Sumner. Where's it at? Sumner down there. Happy bees, local honey. There's a nice RV park right there, and it's right next to Billy the Kid Museum. We're gonna check out this Billy the Kid Museum today. Check this out. Oh, yeah, there it is. There's a petrified log. I wonder who this is. Is this Billy the Kid? Oh. Hey, ma'am. I think you got a flat tire. Call AAA.
They're petrified wood.
These walls are made with petrified wood. Check that out. Don't know how to pronounce that. Lucien B. Maxwell, largest landowner in the United States, purchased the buildings at the old fort in 1870 for $5,000. This is his house where Billy the Kid was killed in July of 1881. And what would an Old West museum be without mentioning Wyatt Earp? There's a painting of him. So Billy the Kid was born William H. Bonney in New York City in 1859. From New York City, he grew up and traveled around the country, living in Kansas and eventually in Silver City, New Mexico. His parents had died, and by the time he was 15, he was arrested for stealing laundry. He escaped the jailhouse and left Silver City, New Mexico. By 1876, he killed his first man, a blacksmith by the name of Cahill, and from there, the killing sprees just went on. As the Old West tells would have it, anytime somebody challenged him, he usually just killed him. He was finally arrested and then escaped, and Pat Garrett trailed him to right here in Vaughn, New Mexico. According to the story, this is Billy the Kid's actual rifle. It's a .44 caliber 1873 Winchester. So much of Billy the Kid's life has been immortalized in writings and books and comics and spread around the country for years. Many of the artifacts in this museum are either from the time period or actually owned by many of the people that were involved in the story and life of Billy the Kid. So make sure you come see the Billy the Kid Museum. Come this way to see saddles, wagons, cars, jail cell, and more. Moo. There's some time period barbed wire. We actually went to the barbed wire museum. If you want to see that video, let us know and we'll post it. And here's the story of Billy the Kid that covers from his birth in Hell's Kitchen, New York, to how he broke out as a teenager and started killing people at the age of 15. Became part of the Lincoln County War. President Hayes actually gave amnesty. Billy left town and continued killing people until Pat Garrett was involved. And Pat Garrett chased him down, wore him down, and killed him in the middle of the night without Billy Kid even knowing who shot him. It's a longer, more detailed story than this, but this was interesting. You know, I think I said in a previous video, could you imagine traveling around the country in one of these and then seeing...
That one.
Yeah, this one right here. Imagine being in one of these and coming across those canyons and canyon lands and going, hey, we have to traverse this. Billy the Kid most definitely didn't get buried in one of these or taken to his gravesite in one of these. For the most part, he was just an uneducated kid with too much energy and no direction, probably no morals or ethics either. And he just started killing people and did what he wanted to do. And he made it till he was 21. So the next time you think about Billy the Kid or research one of his stories, just think of that. From 15 to 21. That was all it took, and that was all his life was. My grandmother had those glasses in her china cabinet.
That's funny. My mother had the same ones, but brown, I think.
These right here?
Mm-hmm.
Those right there. And there was the jar she had on her coffee table that if you opened it, it was the hardest, stuck together, nastiest candy you've ever had in your life. But boy, it was good. Oh no, I just realized part of my childhood is in a museum. So here at the Billy the Kid Museum, there is a replica of his gravesite with his pals Tom beside him and Charlie Beaudry. We'll go see the real gravesite in a moment. And there's Paula trying out her own Billy the Kid trouble. Could you imagine being a blacksmith and having to form and shape metal into the tools and the things that were needed back then? Yeah, I can't imagine it either. That's why I probably would have been the person way over there trying to figure out what that was. No, there's what I would have done. And then, just like that, we're in the gift shop. That's worth pausing and reading. All right, that museum was great. Now let's go to the gravesite. Looks like the skies are turning blue for us. Unfortunately, the gravesite's about 2 miles that way, and the skies are doom and gloom. All right, when you leave the Billy the Kid Museum, head east, and it's about 2 miles to the gravesite. There's even a sign right there, Billy the Kid grave, 2 miles. Now, when you're coming from the east going west, you'll hit the gravesite first, and then you'll go to the Billy the Kid Museum. All the stuff that we've shown in this video is just an inch on top of the mountain of information and actual relics that they have at the museum. So make sure you go check it out. I guess one of the biggest things I learned at the museum was that Billy the Kid, while he was a kid, rambunctious, and he did kill people, he was really just a follower in the Lincoln County War, and many of the people he killed were just part of the war. Check out the sun going down. We're on Billy the Kid Road. So anyway, while Billy the Kid was just part of the Lincoln County War, unfortunately, he ended up being the scapegoat and being the only one convicted for all the murders that took place by everybody on both sides. So here's Billy the Kid's grave in Old Fort Cemetery. This gift shop or museum seems to be closed every time we come by here. William Billy the Kid Bonney grave, 1859 to 1881. I mean, really, if you're going to do a man that way, you kind of deserve to die, right? So Joe Texas Red Grant got in a debate with Billy the Kid. Billy the Kid said, "Let me see your gun," in admiration. Rotated the cylinder to an empty chamber, and later on, when Joe Grant pulled his gun, all he did was click, and Billy turned, drew, firing 3 shots, killing Grant instantly. I don't know, what do you think? Seems to me that Joe Texas Red Grant probably deserved it. Over there is Billy the Kid's gravesite. And while there are some actors from those days, like, for instance, here's Juanita Garrett, Pat Garrett's first wife. Not all that are buried here are part of that story. They were just here and passed during those days. It seems that even Billy the Kid's tombstone has its own story. It was stolen, and it was a mystery of where it was located for 26 years until it was recovered in Granbury, Texas by Joe Boland. Stolen again in 1981 and recovered 4 days later in Huntington Beach, California. At that point, it was reset in iron shackles May 30th, 1981, and it has been here since then. And right there is the gravesite of William H. Bonney, Billy the Kid, and 2 of his best friends. I'm not sure if future generations will care about the Old West stories like Gen X does, or even the baby boomers. But they are wonderful stories, wonderful history, even though it's violent, lawless. It still tells who we are as a people in this country, where we come from. So make sure you check out the history of Billy the Kid. Thank you guys for joining us. That's going to be it for today. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the comments. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Choo-choo. Wish Alexander was here to see that train. That's a pretty long one right there.
So I got all the Christmas goodies on it from Amazon.
Oh yeah, all the Christmas stuff in the Amazon trucks. Look at that. Woo! Boy, that's a long train.
That's a lot of Christmas stuff.
Yeah. I wonder how much of that's going to Alexander and Zoe and JJ.
Things that make you go, Geez, it's long.
That's what she said.
That's been good.
I miss it when they had cabooses on the trains.